Hello, fellow human beings. Today I'm here to tell you about my new build I created. Stole a bit, but most of it is like my own brain power. It's Volatile Dead, Saboteur, Autobomber, featuring Kitava's Thirst and Eye of Innocence. While I'm explaining what the build does, I will showcase here our Phoenix map, just so you can see how the build looks like in action and what's happening. And maybe also talk about the strengths and the weaknesses. The main feature of this build, of course, is that it's an Autobomber. So you only need like to start chain and everything goes on. Now the main disadvantage of this build is what you're currently seeing on your screen. Nothing. It is huge spammy build with many procs. You also Saboteur with the double procs doesn't really help it. The clear is pretty nice. You just run through everything and kill it. Like, have some stragglers maybe, but VD is very good in that regard. You can proc multiple skills with cast royal damage taken, so you automate everything. The tankiness is so and so. I will explain later on what our mitigation layers are, but we're very susceptible. It's very easy for us to die to one-shots. But really to like sustain damage, it's very hard for us to die. Chicken nuggets guy, like the explosion for example, will kill us. I can't see if he's doing currently, but we will instantly heal to full life. You can see my life and my mana go ping pong, and here we saw one shot. Okay, let's kill him, finish him off, and then I will explain a bit about the gear. Like, single target isn't premium, but I think it's acceptable. So, now let's go to what happens here exactly. Like, you saw everything exploding around the screen, like skills flying everywhere, ball lightnings, volatile deaths, like firestorm. What is happening? Okay. Our main damage source is socketed in this Kitava's Thirst. 50% chance to trigger socketed spells when you spend at least 100 mana on an upfront cost to use or trigger a skill with a cooldown, with a very small cooldown. So we have a VD here. So we need to somehow get a skill which costs 100 mana, which in our case is Ball Lightning, which we can push to exactly 100 mana costs. We achieve this by, of course, linking it to different things like cast when damage taken, gives it a 250% multiplier, GMP, we have combustion and slower projectile here, and this gives it around a mana cost of 100. Also, we support it by taking these passive tree nodes, which give it another 15% increased mana cost. So we exactly have 100 mana. We also link Unearth in there, but that does nothing to our mana cost. And so with the 100 mana cost Ball Lightning, we trigger the Volatile Death. So this is how our damage gets going. The Eye of Innocence, of course, gets procced through ignites. We hit a lot. It's a spellcast loop. Yada, yada, yada. So A, how do we sustain mana? And B, how do we sustain our life? This is caused by an interaction between this ring, Replica, Doedre's Damning, reducing our curse, playable curses to enemies to 0, a double curse, Hands of the High Templar, and this curse mastery. Recover 1% of mana and life when you curse a non-cursed enemy. Since our curse limit on enemy is 0, he's never cursed, but we are still applying 2 curses with every hit. So on every hit, we're getting 2% of our life and mana. Boy, we're hitting a lot. We have Blade Vortex here for duration between packs. We have Eye of Winter with many procs, Firestorm, Blazing Salvo, Desecrate, Dividend procs a lot. It all gets amplified by Saboteur, Perfect Crime. And all in all, we just proc a lot, spam a lot, and are nearly unkillable except for one-shots. You still die a lot. I'm only level 85. The last remaining points would go in life and sustain. So we would get a lot tankier still and be more resistant to one-shots. So our gear, we are using double void batteries. My main focus was to get +2 spell critical strike chance. If you're pretty feeling spicy, you can maybe try to craft some with reduced skill effect duration and cooldown recovery to even enhance the spell loop further. We have Anger, Divergent Herald of Ash. We can't use too many auras because we still need mana to cast our spells because we're not using minus mana costs rings. We have pretty high mana costs on every skill, like the Ball Lightning, the Volatile Dead, Firestorm 46, 37 on Blade Vortex. So we need the open mana to even cast stuff. We use Corrupting Blood, of course, here. Stygian-wise, we have a +1 maximum power charges Kitava's Thirst. We have a lot of chaos resistance here on our ring. We are pretty much, 35 chaos resistance. We're pretty good there. We have crit multi on jewels. We need it a lot. Also max life. It really helps. We have Inner Conviction for more power charge scaling. It's pretty nice here. We get a lot of elemental resistances. We anoint infused. Also here the power charge, Watcher's Eye with an anger mod. A little bit more damage, mana reservation, so our mana is more free. You can figure a bit out. Like this build, like the base is Kitava's Thirst, 100 mana cost Ball Lightning, Eye of Innocence, and like this interaction. How you apply it and how you deal your damage is completely your own thing. So I'm going over to the POB. Whoops, wrong POB. You have seen nothing. And here's where I kind of yoinked it from another build. I planned it a bit. You can also just import our current character. The damage numbers are not high. Like, we go to the VD. It's like average hit, 20k. We go up to 70k. We put in a boss. Then we say the enemy is exposed to fire because we got this. Do we have anything else here? Not anything worth mentioning. So this would be the current state of the build. Like we only hit with 84k, but we have so many hits. Like you have to imagine, every Ball Lightning triggers like 18 volatile deaths. It's insane numbers. Like we're hitting like 40 times per second. Like I don't know, like let's say just like 40 to 50, I would say easily. Like I don't know. That's so. And you can even further scale it. Like you can get a Kitava's Thirst with also +2 to fire gems, which also improves the damage. We have a Diamond Flask here. Like my finishing of the tree would be like get more life, get a bit more tankier, maybe get a cluster jewel here, like improve it a bit. But the damage scaling is pretty limited. But you can figure out something else. Like it's a pretty fun build. I wanted to showcase it. You can probably push it more to a max. I wanted to get the idea out there. Thank you, of course, then for watching. I will sometimes be streaming. There I will maybe be cooking new builds. Sometimes I go on stream with the cooked builds. So and so. I hope you enjoy these kinds of informative videos about what I'm doing, about the builds. I try to do more of these videos in the future. So yeah, no builds get left out. I maybe did some more insane builds this league and haven't made a video. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye.